Legendary investor Peter Lynch once said, "The investor who turns over the most rocks wins." Basically, the more stocks you research, the more winners you're going to find, the better returns you're going to have. With over 50,000 publicly traded stocks all over the world, we obviously could never look through all of them ourselves. But what if we had a team of thousands of investors researching all of these stocks and pitching their favorite ones? And what if we knew the returns for all of these investors to know which investors have the best track record and are worth paying attention to? Then you would have a very efficient system for researching the highest potential stocks from all around the world in the shortest amount of time possible. That's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. I've built a website called joinyellowbrick.com that tracks stock pitches from thousands of investors, calculates the returns on all of those stock pitches, and makes it easy for you to find the highest potential stock pitches that match your investing style. I was so confident that we could beat the market by copying the stock pitches of the top investors that I even put $10,000 of my own money into this strategy just over a year ago. That $10,000 is already up over 30% and is crushing the S&P. And even better, the portfolio is diversified across 30 companies across different geographies, market caps, and sectors. Since everyone's investing style is not the same as mine, I also created curated feeds of stock pitches from top investors across different investing styles. So no matter your personal investing style, there's a feed curated just for you. Let's take a look how we can use Yellowbrick to find the best stock pitches that match our investing style. The homepage of Yellowbrick starts with this box of filters that we can use to narrow down the stock pitches to find just the ones that are most interesting to us. Or if you want to look at them all, you can just scroll down and start scrolling through stock pitches. One filter that I just used this week was to look for drones in the country of US only. The US government recently announced a lot more investment in drone technology, so I was interested in which stocks I should buy. And then you can quickly see all of the drone stock pitches coming up. Axon Enterprises, more law enforcement, not as interesting, but here we go. Number 2, Unusual Machines, engages in commercial drone industry. As you can see, already up over 50%, but an interesting company nonetheless. We can keep scrolling. We've got an education company, not super interesting. A SPAC, not really super interesting. Law enforcement again, but here we go. We have an energy defense tech trading at just $175 million market cap. And also, again, up already 100%, but when I was looking earlier this week, it was not up anywhere near this much. And so I was able to quickly find some drone technology companies that were interesting to me. The obvious next step here would be, well, if drone technology is going to expand, then counter drone technology is probably important as well. So I just cleared the filters here real quick and then typed in counter drone in the keyword search. This time I don't actually care which country it's in, and we're off to the races. And as you can see, first one up here, again, already up 100% because of how bullish everybody is on drone technology. This is a perfect one. They're literally called Drone Shield, and they develop hardware and software technology for drone detection. We have another one here, Electro Optic Systems, a defense hardware integrator with counter drone slinger and high energy laser prototypes. Rheinmetall, a German defense company. Enlight, ticker symbol Laser, which is a leading high energy laser tech for defense. As you can tell, most of these already up a ton, but when I was researching these earlier in the week, they weren't up this much yet, and it was a great source of finding high potential stock ideas. We'll take a look at another fun filter set we can do, and this time we're gonna look at only fund letters, so only stock pitches from professional funds, and then we'll look at just tech companies in this case. Click submit, and now we're gonna only get stock pitches for tech companies from professional fund letters. As you can see, LRT Capital Management recently talked about Comcast, Fabrinet, and Google in their fund letters. Patient Capital talked about NVIDIA. Patient Capital recently bought Clear Secure as a new position. So you can quickly scroll through all of the tech stock pitches from professional fund letters. Now, one other filter you might have noticed is this elite investors only filter. So the elite investors are the top performing investors in our database, about the top 10% of them, based on the performance of their previous stock pitches. So anytime you're researching a stock or trying to find new stocks, you could check this elite investors only box, and then you'll only see stock pitches from elite investors. But I've also curated specific feeds of stock pitches only from top investors. And you can find that by clicking this Elite Investor Feeds button. And here you'll see a bunch of feeds that only feature stock pitches from the best performing investors. So the Elite Investor feed is the one with all of the stock pitches from the elite investors. And as you can see, just over 1,800 trades, and these stock pitches have averaged 5% 1-month returns, 11% 3-month returns, and 36% 1-year returns. So killer return. And then we have a bunch of other feeds here. Big Money feed is only professional investors. The Premium Portfolio feed is the stock pitches from the Yellow Brick portfolio. The Top Turnaround feed, we have tons. Maybe you only want to look at small caps. Maybe you only want to look at Europe stock pitches. We have a bunch of different feeds here, perfectly tailored to whatever your investing style is. So we'll go look at this Big Money feed here. As we can see, over 650 trades. They go up an average of 35% almost in the 1 year after they're pitched. And we can quickly just see a list of stock pitches from the top performing professional funds. So Voss Capital here with Flywire, which we actually bought in the Yellow Brick portfolio. So already up 11%, which is nice. They also bought Shark Ninja. We've got Cedar Creek Partners, recently pitched Evercell and Skyline Bank shares. And there's a bunch of pitches in here you can see from just the top performing professional investors. And then of course, if you just want to search for a specific stock and you want to know what the top investors are saying about it, we could just click this Elite Investor Only checkbox on the homepage. And then I've been hearing about a stock called Exponential Fitness, ticker symbol XPOF. So I'll type that in here to see what the top investors are saying. So we can scroll down and see that it was actually pitched quite a few times on the website. And most recently, it was actually pitched by Uzo Capital just a week ago. So I saw this pitch a week ago and I actually added it to the Yellow Brick portfolio, which you can find the Yellow Brick portfolio at joinyellowbrick.com or the link below.